Hello, and welcome to the Tavern Chat channel, chat, stream, cast, whatever. You might notice that my background is different. This is not a digitally enhanced screen. This is uh, the Poconos. Uh, Rich and I got away at the literally at the very last moment. Rich had taken some time off from work for a yoga training, which got canceled at the last minute. We had to make a few phone calls. See if a family friend could watch the house in New York, take care of our kitty and the bird. And lo and behold, Rich and I are out here. Now, we might do a pre recorded special Gamers Health tomorrow. Not quite sure. If we do, it'll make a bonus episode. But tomorrow I will be uh, doing the weekly Talk and Crit with Bad Mike and Lloyd Metcalf. Now, I don't know if you hear the chainsaw. I think it's a chainsaw in the background. It's either that or it's a horrible weed whacker. But such is life when you're in the Pocono Mountains. When you're not. City has its own noises, its own distractions. The country has its own. So tomorrow I will probably also be doing it from the back porch because it's not a big house. I got my parents up here. I got Rach up here. We got the dog. We got two cats and my mother's. It's a lot of interaction. So, in any case, what am I going to talk about today? And I don't always just talk about gaming, right? I talk about things that affect beyond your gaming, but they are gaming related or gaming adjacent. And here's something about social media: nobody owes you shit. All right, you got to remember that. Um, there is somebody. They're not going to name them, but they got I guess what you call it, like Facebook terminated, so now they've come back as a reincarnation of themselves. And listen, it's an individual that I have no interest in interacting with, so you can send whatever friend request you want. I'm going to ignore them, right? But then when this individual earlier today goes on social media and has literally a thesis as to I know there's people trying to friend me on Facebook, and I'm very thrilled and happy that they are. However, if you fall into any of these categories, listing 9,000 things that you should not believe in, and one of them happens to be you happen to believe that cops' lives matter, right? Okay. I'm a retired cop. I happen to believe that all lives matter, but yes, I do believe that every time a cop gets killed in the line of duty, you take it as if it's a family member. So yeah, those lives matter. But if you believe that that has any relevance, you should not send this individual a friend request. Nobody is that important. Okay? If you think you're so important that you can tell people, hey, if these are your views, you have to tell me why you're disavowing your views before I will accept your friend request. You got really a fucking high opinion of yourself, don't you? I mean, we all do to some extent, right? Uh, but no, no. Listen, my belief is social media, friends such as they are, and I don't want anybody being offended when I say this, all right? Because I have well over 3,000 Facebook friends. Um, just because we're friends on Facebook doesn't mean that we are friends in the larger sphere of things. Okay, it means that we are connected on Facebook. That you'll pop up in my feed. I'll pop up in your feed. Maybe we'll interact. Now, some of my Facebook friends are real life friends, and some of my Facebook friends have become real life friends. But Facebook friendship, uh, in and of itself, doesn't mean shit. Now, why do people send me friend requests? I get friend requests every day, right? And I don't go through it with a checklist and go, excuse me, What is your opinion on what the OSR definition actually is? Does it mean old school Renaissance or old school revival or old school regurgitated, or is it no? I don't. I look at it and go, all right, you know what? You've got 52 people on your friends list that match up with my friends list. We probably have something in common. You'll probably have Facebook posts and shares that I will be interested in reading, uh, and I will have Facebook shares and posts that you might be interested in reading, right? I don't see what the problem with that is. I am not looking for your ideological, political, socioeconomic background. It's irrelevant. If you are deciding that you want to follow me on social media, most likely you are following me because of things that are gaming related or gaming adjacent. Now, the individual in question that I'm referring to believes that they are somebody that's important enough in gaming that apparently they can uh, make you challenge your personal beliefs so you can follow them as a gaming personality. I don't care what your game. I don't care what your personal beliefs are when it comes to politics. Okay, I don't. Um, I believe in talking about what we have in common, right? What we share in common is a love for gaming. The vast majority of you that are watching this or listening to this um, are interested in it because you have a love or an affection for old school gaming. And you have to forgive if the video is a little stuttery. We have DSL at the house here, which means thumbs down, it's shit. So I'm working off my phone's hotspot. Can't see how well that's going to work. So, but it seems to be working better than the DSL would have. So I guess give it 2 thumbs up ish. One up, one not up. But in any case, you're following me because you have an interest in what I say about gaming. You don't want to hear my political views. Fuck, I don't want to hear my political views. Okay? We're here because of what we share in common, not what, I guess, tears us apart or separates us. I mean, it's again, we're here to stress the common interest. I go to a gaming convention, right? I don't ask the people that are attending the convention with me, hey, I got a checklist here of 17 different things. If you fall into any of these categories, you can't play in my game. No, I can't. No, no. You voted for Ross Perot back? Oh, sorry, man. Ross Perot voters, you're done. You're done. You shouldn't even be at the convention. You should just put your head in the toilet and flush. All right? I don't know if you hear it. There's a little flying prop plane coming over. Ah, I see it. All right, hold on a second. I got to put my glasses on because I am seeing something that now it's behind the catalpa tree. It looked like a biplane there for a second. There's no way it could be a fucking biplane, right? In any case, real life can't make up. You can't make it up, right? My suggestion to the general populace on social media: follow the people who will post things, share things that you will have an interest in listening to, in reading, in experiencing. Okay. Now, if all you're interested in is politics and social issues, then certainly follow somebody based upon politics and social issues. But if you're interested in gaming, right, find people that share things that share that interest with you, that connect, and maybe some of what they post about gaming challenges your beliefs about gaming. Maybe the person's like, "Man, 4E is the best game ever." You're like, "Are they smoking crack?" But you know what? Maybe you have a good argument as to why 4E is great. That's maybe what you want to experience. But if you're somebody who is, again, trying to, I don't know, use your gaming influence to affect politics and social issues, I don't get it. You have a much larger opinion of your self importance and your place in this world than I think everybody else does. I know for me, my place in this community is but by the grace of those that are part of this community. And if I start being boring as hell and don't do interesting stuff and cease being honest, okay, what you see is what you get. Again, and I've said this before, especially now since you got the YouTube videos. If you meet me at a convention, you should have the feeling that you know me. I don't put on a show. I don't put on an act. I don't put on a crazy voice. I don't get all like I'm gonna. You're just gonna see a copy of Swords of Wizardry Continual Light and a cat walk by the screen as I tell you why you're playing wrong. I'm not here to do that. Okay, I'm here to talk about things that I think are interesting. Talk about news events that I believe are relevant. Uh, talk about statistics a lot of times, right? And talk about stupidity. And again, I think that what's going on social media is often stupidity. We overvalue our own importance in the grand scheme of things. Literally, I know I am yay big in a hobby that is yay big, which in the larger piece of tabletop gaming, which is yay big, and then we'll go beyond that when we go to hobbies and entertainment. Um, we're all inconsequential, right? It's the pond that we're in that gives us any sort of consequence. And to tell people that, well, if you want to follow me for gaming, you have to fit this checklist. And if you fail one piece of this, you're done. You're verboten. It's done, dead. It's amusing, actually. I gotta say, it's amusing. So, I think this will work. I think that we can pull this off a little too. I might need to use some further lighting. I don't. It's just after 8 o'clock right now. I look much more lit than I'm expecting, but I don't expect to see this much light going on tomorrow because we're not going to be kicking this off until right about now, and it's just going to get darker as it goes on. You can already see cars have their headlights on as they're making their way down the street. Folks, as always, thank you so much for watching, for listening, for subscribing, for liking, for commenting. The community is why I do this. You know, you are the reason why. So never, you're the important part. Okay, this whole social media aspect. It's not the individual; it's the community. I don't think any individual is so important that they can't just be forgotten like that. They can just pass. That's like all right. We've seen it before. We've seen blogs just come and go, right? Blogs that on everybody's mind, and then they fade away, and then nobody even thinks about it. It's the same thing with social media. No one is that important. The community will outlast all of us. So, if you think you're that important, you're probably not. We're still in the midst of the world of COVID. I talk about this a lot, right? I am immunized. Rachel's immunized. I don't know what the right decision is for you, but it's a decision, right? New York City has gone to the point now where they're going to be instituting basically, I guess, a COVID passport if you want to dine in at a restaurant. You got about a month lead in for that one, but yes, or go to a movie or go to a gym, go to a sports. I mean, I guess around. I guess so. Yeah, right. Want to go see the Knicks or the Rangers? You're gonna have to show your passport, show your New York State COVID, app or whatever. I don't know what to tell you. Take actions to keep yourself, your loved ones, healthy and safe. Be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice, and I will talk with you all tomorrow, live, 8 p.m. And remember, this week in RPG Stupid, that kicks in at 9, but we're going to have Lloyd at 9-ish. But we're going to be talking with Lloyd. Lloyd has a project that's going to be using Swords in Which We Light. A project that was very close and dear and still is dear to my heart. So, hopefully I see you all tomorrow. From the same wonderful location, the back porch in the Pocono Mountains. Later, folks.